I'm not sure if she's alive and well, but she's alive. Not me zooming in. This kind of look cool. Let me go and find something for these crusty ass lips. Oh, it gotta be closer. That's anti-black. Weird shit I got going on. I feel like that light should be closer. Why am I doing this? It's not looking good. And now somehow I'm darker. This is anti-black. You know, I do the reusable batteries. Shout out to you guys for sticking with me. My patrons is helping me through this ordeal. I got this from the dollar store a long time ago. One light. Let's see. Okay, that's a bit better. There's a glare going on with me glasses, but we inhale. Phone, please. Cut off. End it. Okay. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have been very consistent. Never ever taken an unplanned break. Never ever left you guys in hiatus. Never canceled Blackoween. That was that other bitch. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm with my patrons. My patrons on the ones and twos. Ooh. I just had to bring apparently I had to bring my camera to my face. But how do you do what is it called, you guys? It's when you record the screen. You know what? I'm just gonna talk about what I see, and then I'll put the picture up. Because do I have it in me to do more than that? Hell no. So I'm looking at this thing they call Goodreads. Goodreads allegedly has some Halloween reads, and I wanted to get stuff set up before I talk about it, but I keep wanting things to be perfect before I film again, and fuck that. So anyway, we're on the 8 Halloween reads list based on very specific vibes, themes, and tropes. I suspect an ass will itch. I suspect it. So what we're gonna do here is go ahead and see what they got. So for candle wax, rituals, seances, and Ouija boards, they have my Darling Dreadful Thing, which is a book that I wanted to read. Maybe I'll screenshot it and put it up just so you guys can see. Yeah, so they have my Darling Dreadful Thing. They have Glass Girls by Diane Shokuhi. I don't think I've ever seen that book before in my life. The Shape of Darkness by Laura Purcell. Love the cover. I Call Upon Thee by Anya Elborn. I love that these are authors I've never heard of. And then one looks like a Ouija board. And I must move on because the devil ain't getting me today. You understand? So this candle is really giving. Let me move it over a little bit. Oh, giving a girl something. I know that's right. And then entirely true story. Hold on, you guys. Y'all gotta see this. I'm sharing it with my Patreon. It's not y'all. It's nothing. It's just I can only do what I can do. There's a thing called capacity. Okay? And let me take these off. There's a thing called capacity. I feel a little blind. Yes. Okay, moving forward. You gotta let your eyes adjust. Yeah, you know. Yeah, the entire true story of fantastical memoirs, Nora Gray. Who is Nora Gray? Is the relation to Dorian? I don't know. My eyes are still adjusting. I feel really bad, but I can't see. Yes, I did not like that social experiment. I am not 20/20 vision anymore. There is stigmatism. The stigma is tism and tisming. So I couldn't do that. Shift command to screen record. Save future Bree editing time. Shift command. Shift command. I'm shifting and commanding. Nothing's being commanded. Command, I shall shift you. Hold on. Quick player. The people are telling me to save future Bree. And you know what? Future Bree needs to be saved. So I just went and did a screen recording. There we go. All right. Uh-oh. I know it ain't the stallion. Okay. All right, so now do we hit record? Where's the record button? Are you recording? Are you recording? Oh, how could you? How could you only do 3 minutes? Hold on, I'm still working on it. All right, Bree. Listen, Bree, you got this. Your mama didn't raise no quitter. Okay, there we go. I haven't done this in 20 years. Now that we're up, anything I said before, whatever. But we'll still keep that little clip, and then now you see the big thing. Okay, the theory of hunting. Hold on, that cover, hunting, it's giving. I'm going to put one to read. I want you guys to know that I am a fake good reader. I stopped using Goodreads a minute ago. So these are all theoretical because I will have to then go to Storygraph and then add them in on my Storygraph when I'm done because that's where it matters for me. Okay, so The Death of Jane Lawrence. I have seen this by Caitlin Starling. I haven't read anything by Caitlin Starling, but I think Caitlin Starling had another picture or book cover that had like this Venus de Milo kind of vibe. Hit the 3 buttons at once. I thought, but I'm recording on Quick Player. I'm going to try the 3 buttons next time. You guys know I'm technology. The technology is not on my side. That took too long. Death of Jane Lawrence wasn't good. I won't tell you who said that. She wants to be anonymous. Executive producers of this video. Yes, they are. They are. We have 2 executive producers on deck, and they are really giving the girls something. Help me. Am I still a baddie? I'm waiting for the executive producers to inform us of said badship. Baddiana. All right, going on. The Goddess of Filth by V. Castro. The cover, I've never seen it. I've never heard it. And I'm going just based on covers. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to go deep into synopsis. They reported I'm still a baddie. Anyway, Ghost Eaters. Clay McLeod Chapman. I've heard of the author. You know what I've realized? I don't read a lot of white folks. Especially white, spooky folks. And I've been trying to change that because I don't want to be prejudiced against the white folks. So and I'm not saying that to be facetious, seriously. Because there's some covers that look great and, you know, I love a cover. I'm a girl who's a cover reader. And I feel like it might be given, you know, like there might be, I wonder if I push that up a little bit, would it get rid of, no, it's still giving a glare. Doesn't matter what I do. Okay, well, we can't always get what we want. I don't know how to unglare my glasses. Someone said it DNF, Grady Hendrix, also wishes to be anonymous. That's crazy. Because you know what? Me and Grady, we don't Hendrick. There's nothing in our Hendrick tree that gives symbiosis. You get me? Yeah. Now the next category is sexy, sapphic, vampire, costume, party. Don't know why I said it like it was a period in between every goddamn word. But it had to be said. Carmilla. I know there's a YouTuber by the name of Jan Agaton who swears by Camilla. I don't know if this is the Carmilla, but they swear about it. But me and Jane reading takes is if you had to compare heaven and hell. She's on another spectrum. I'm on the other spectrum. I don't know who's heaven. I don't know who's hell. But we do not agree ever. And that's why she's a good person for me to follow. Because when I go on her shit and she talk about how much she hates it, I know it's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. You got to know your people. Stick with your people, folks. Bury our bones in the midnight soil. V. Schwab pissed me off with that, whatever book she read. And it was just character development the whole goddamn time. There wasn't a plot, was neither here nor there. And I haven't been able to return to Young Schwab. Hungerstone, Kate Dunn. Never read it a day in my life. Now, the Gilda stories, somebody need to whip my ass. Because I've been trying to read that book for a while. I'm going to put one to read on here for the plot. But again, I'm at where? I love how we all collectively said Storygraph. Love that. Heaven and Hell, that's the only way to say it. I have Bury Our Bones on Kindle. Haven't read it yet. Let me know how it goes. I love Alexis Henderson too. House of Hunger was really good. There's another Carmilla. Is that the one that Jan read? I guess we'll never know. A Long Time Dead. That cover is stunning. It's giving Stunniana. The Diary of Blood. I've heard such good things about it. Folks in the chat, have we heard about it? Do we know what's up? I don't know. I've heard good things about it. I think it's interesting that I am a creepy girl. I love creepy shit. But I'm realizing there's certain things I'd rather see in a movie than I'd rather see in a book. And it's even down to horror. Like body horror, I'd rather read it. I don't want to see it. Haunted stories, I'd rather read it than watch it on media or any film. And anything that has to do with vampires, I'd rather watch it than read it. So, you know, I think it is. This Vicious Hunger by Francesca May. Why does this name sound familiar? And why everybody want to be vicious? Huh? I feel like every time there's a trend. There's a trend. Thirst. I love a side roll. Let's look in on it. Come on, you better give me a roll. Well, I'm trying to zoom in. You see the roll? I love a good side roll. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that might be something I could get into. Thirst. I'm gonna want to read it for the plot here. The person in the docuseries with the altered voice. Yeah, it's true. Blood on Her Tongue. Joanna Van Veen is an author I want to read, but I haven't got it. And why is Goodreads exposing me? Number 465 on your to read shelf. You nosy bastards. Anyway, when I arrived at the castle, this looks sapphic. Is it? Yep. Yep. I knew it. Alphabet Mafia. See it from a mile away. Okay. And corn mazes and corn mazes, dark carnivals, and crisp autumn leaves. Children of the Corn by Stephen King. I just want you to know there will be no reading of Stephen King on my channel. Not taking any questions at this time. Clown in a cornfield. Say sorry. I don't know who that is. I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know. But I see the clown in the cornfield. That shit looks horrific. The Nightmare Man. I have seen this cover in this book before, I believe. Or I'm just familiar with the author J.A. Marker. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. And then Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I don't know much about that. Okay. The Other Harvest Home, Thomas Tryon. I have never seen that a day in my life. I'm going to click on it because I do want to see what we're talking about. It's a horror fiction. It's a classic. When did it come out? I was still chilling in my dad's nutsack. The year was 1973. Some of you probably weren't, but I know I was swimming. I'm talking. You know? So was it me? Was it me? Could be interesting. I didn't read the synopsis fully. Sorry, I gotta go back down. Oh no. Oh no. The Auctioneer by Joan Sampson. I never, one of the reasons why I didn't want to do this, and I think it's cool when people do it, is because I don't know these folks. I don't know these folks. These folks don't know me. Okay? What we're saying, Clown on the Cornfield is such a fun... Oh, it's a slasher. Hold up. I will be adding. Thirst was great in the first half. The second half, well, Anonymous 2.0 says it's not where it's at. Producer 2 would like to never hear the word nutsack again. Valid. Moving on. Scratching it from the lexicon. Okay. Something Wicked This Way Comes by Ray Bradbury. Wasn't he racist and very dead? Moving on. The Ghost Tree. Christina Henry. I don't think I've read anything about Christina Henry, but Jennifer Hillier, I have enjoyed. So Wonderland will be added. The Corn Witch. Christopher Peck. Beck. Am I thinking about Peckers? I'm not sure, but that was either a Freudian slip or dyslexia combined. You know what I mean? Okay. The Farm Hot. I want to be the farm whore. We're going through some things in this filming. Robin, I literally was thinking that. Did I eat today? I ate though at 1 o'clock. I know. The Farmhouse, a novel. I'm going to read this because I do want to do a vlog. I've already done a vlog on houses, but I want to do another one. So I'm going to keep that in mind. A haunted house that is probably a metaphor for trauma. Why are we making trauma light? I don't know. I think we could have come up with a different, I don't know. Maybe I'm being picky. But I will say this. It was foreshadowing that we're talking about houses now. The Hotel by Daisy Johnson. Have you heard of that? Not at all. The September House I was this close to reading today because I saw, oh my God, I forgot her name. She's on live show right now and she was reading it and I was like, that is a book I've really been trying to read. The September House, yes. Tell me I'm worthless. The house isn't haunted, but we are. Ooh, okay. Mapping the Interior, very interesting that I don't have it on here, but I think I read it after I stopped using Goodreads. So I did read Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. Good one. Someone I remember very well and I've been thinking about rereading it, but I do own it. And then This Cursed House by Dale Sandine is an author I just met. And I love this book. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. And she sent me a signed copy with a personalized note. I know. Sometimes you gotta flex when they ask. And then, damn, I haven't read none of these. Exactly. Every time I read or go on these lists, I tell myself I can't be like those people who read more. I would say I know a lot of YouTubers who read current novels every year, and for the past 6 years I have not. I will read some current ones, but usually I'm reading something that came out a minute ago. It is hard for me to read stuff that just came out. I think I tried to read this one today. It's The Desmond Author by Nydia Okorafor, and I read the first 5 chapters, but this book already came out, so it's just really hard for me to go and read something that just came out unless I'm in a mood to read a new release. And getting your hands on a new release, even as a book content creator who receives books, is hard because you don't get the new releases of the books that you want, so then you got to spend that money. And $25 in this economy, hell no. So She is Haunting is a book I've been wanting to read. Let me know in the chat if you read it. What's your thoughts? Even in the description below. The Last House on Neela Street by Katrona Ward. I read that. I don't think I was really impressed. And I can tell you anything about it. Good House by Tanana Reeve is one of my favorite horrors. It's in my top 10. And Tanana Reeve is my favorite black horror writer. So that's that. I used to be like, oh no, don't say she's your favorite because she's popular. And you want. I have a lot of favorites, but all of the favorites, it's her. She's my favorite woman. And then Brandon Massey is my favorite guy. And then below Brandon Massey is S.A. Cosby. And then I have a whole list in my mind. But You Will Speak for the Dead. That seemed ominous, right? Yeah, books are not cheap at all. Coupe de Grace. Grace is given Francais. But yeah, that's it. Oh, I love the covers. All these stairs and things. Elizabeth Hand, Wildling Hall. Never seen that before. The Small Hand, A Ghost Story. Demon Song. I'm gonna put one to read because that looks cool. And Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson is a book that I've wanted to read. I don't know about any of these other books except Bloom. How was it? How was Bloom? Anonymous 2.0 is going to tell us soon. And then Jack O'Dander and The Vessel. I've never read any of those. Green Fuse Burning. That cover is stunning. Published in 2023. Residents of Honeysuckle Cottage. Okay. Root Work. I've been wanting to read this one. Okay. Final Girls Just Want to Carve Pumpkins. Slashers. Black Girls Survived this one. I'm going to put one to read because I do have that book and I've read some of it. And I've enjoyed what I've read. And then Stephen Graham Jones, I've read both of these for a book club pick for the Literally Dead book club hosted by Kayla. And her channel is Books in Mala. Burn the Negative. That looks Under the Blade. Looks cool. Breathe In, Bleed Out by Brian McAuley. That's an intense title. Oh, I want everyone to read Bloom. Bloom Supremacy is what Anonymous 2.0 is saying. Interesting. The Mean Ones. Wow, that's a cover, right? Just got some antlers coming out the eyes. Bat Eaters and Other Names for Corazon. So I read 10% of that book and stopped reading it. I don't think it's a DNF. That's what I've been doing a lot of. Reading and stopping. Reading and stopping. Hold on, I have to fight my girl. What? You DNF the Stephen Graham Jones? I'm putting you in timeout. Anyway, teenage girls can't be demons. The cover is giving. And then You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight is my favorite book written by Caitlin Barron. Wow. The pen was piping hot. I was about to say peeing. Why was the pen peeing? You don't think you were in the mood? I get that. I get that. Some books you got to be in the mood. And then The Shining girls. Ooh, that one looked like an older cover. Let me look. 2013, yeah. And then Go Down Hard by Ali CA, 2020. And then Coven Meetings in the Wood, Next Full Moon, Witchy Books. So Vinco I own, and I haven't read yet. Slewfoot by Broom. I know a lot of people love this author and love this book. It was just... I love a weird book. I don't love a weird book when I'm confused, in a way. That's what that one felt like. And then The Year of Witching by Alexa Henderson. Okay. Wayward, A Secret History of Witches. Who I, Tituba, Black Witch of Salem. I've been trying to read that book forever. I really have. Something in the Walls. Wayward I've heard things about. Something in the Walls I don't think I have. The Secret History of Witches. Huh. I'm just going to put it down because that witch is in the cover. River Woman, River Demon. I think I have an ebook. Haven't read it yet. I just finished The Bewitching. The pacing is not my best from Sylvia Moreno Garcia, but the way she wrote this book was beautifully written, and I liked each person's story. I think it follows 3 different generations. The Book of Witching by C.J. Cook. Have you read that? You're Not Supposed to Die Tonight. It was so good. Anonymous #1. Only read The Year of the Witching. Where's book 2? That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I don't know if we're going to get book 2 because the author had talked about like their mental health during the pandemic, so I'm not sure. And they're also grieving the loss of a parent. I think their mom died. It could have been another parent, I'm not sure, but part of the dead parent club to another dead parent club member. Grief is a roller coaster that I cannot even explain. Sylvia Thompson Warner. Yeah, Aaron, I think you should read. The Bewitching. Okay, and then Hag and Lolly Willows. I don't think I read that either. What's Hunger? For the next one, we have Skeletons in the Family Closet, Cursed Families, and Intergenerational Trauma. I do love a Cursed Family. Ooh, Elma Katsu. Anybody read from her? I've always wanted to. I don't know if I have, but Fiend, I've added. Make you tell my business about where I'm at on my shelf. The Ancestor. We have always lived in the castle. I've heard about that one. It Will Just Be Us. Where I Am. The Daughter of Block Island. The Ghost of Gwendolyn Montgomery by Clarence A. Hayes. I met him. He is dope. And he's so freaking tall. Let me show you in comparison to myself. Clarence is so freaking tall. I was like, holy. So that's me and Clarence. Clearly, someone is taller than the other. And then I was talking earlier about, and this is me, Indale Sandine, the author of This Cursed House. Okay, Gwendolyn Montgomery is getting lots of good reviews by Black reviewers. That's really good. Our Share of the Night is a book I've been trying to read forever. I really have. The Night Eaters, a part of me feels like I started reading this one and then stopped, which is very on brand for me with Hoopla, and that's where I read this book. That's where I got it from. I forget Hoopla exists, like so often. I'll be on there randomly and be like, oh, so good, so good, so good, and then I totally forget. Horror for Newbies. I mean, we didn't ask for another one, but we're going to do 2 things. Well, thank you so much for watching as, my patrons and I and you talked about this Goodreads thing, even though I had nothing to give. I'm talking nada. I only read like 4 books of it. But it is what it is. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Whenever and if ever this one comes out.